Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nopati Shuhaida binti Mat Danori. My matric number is AE180008. So today I would like to demonstrate the question that have been done in the lab 1 from the lab 2. Your artwork for the purpose of PCB fabrication process from the PDF file. So here is the artwork from the exposure effect on the PCB substrate. Exposure can be used to print PCB work onto the photosensitive surface of printed circuit board PCB. UV process bring the printed circuit in film to the PCB and expose the board to the UV light. After the copper board coated with the photoresist is placed between the photoplot and the UV rays are blasted on it, the UV light will be blocked by the black portion of the photoplot. Then the transparent portion will expose to UV rays and the photoresist remains same because it become hardened. Then when we go to what is the developing, observe from the process what happened to the PCB after the process. Developing process is a process of development the inner layer board. We need to place the board into the developer machine that contain of sodium carbonate solution for 1 to 2 minutes and see the photoresist coming off. Then we need to place the board into the water to neutralize after the photoresist have been coming off. In order to leave the exposed dry film not exposed to the light will be removed by using the developer solution. After a developing process, the photoresist will be looked on the PCB.
Hi, my name is Nurina Bila binti Nur Azman. I will explain about the procedure of etching process. In this lab, we are using a chemical etching process. What is the chemical etching process? Chemical etching process is a sheet metal machining process that is used to manufacture complex components with a very high level of accuracy. Almost any metal and metal alloy can undergo chemical etching. These include steel and stainless steel, nickel, copper, and also aluminium. The chemical etching is used to most metal, which is a ferric chloride, is a safe use, a recyclable. Almost all metal that are etched using a ferric fluoride and is very safe to use, recyclable agent. Ferric chloride can be regenerated and reused. Chemical etching is highly advantageous and offers many benefits. This process does not use chemical forces unlike stamping, which subject sheet metals to extreme pressures, nor does it put a thermal stress on the cutting edge unlike the laser cutting. Alongside these chemical etched, parts remain flat, firm, and very stress-free, leaving the material properties unaffected. Chemical etching can also produce a very accurate engraved features at the same time. The material is being profiled, such as a fluidic channel, logos, or part numbers. These features come at no additional cost. The minimum standard etches opening achievable is 0.1 mm. With development, etching can be achieved even finer features. Last but not least, chemical etching is very inexpensive, very easy to adapt, and does not wear out unlike the presswork tooling. And this material thickness and component size are key cost drivers, as you pay by the sheet, not by the part. The more parts per sheet, the lower the price you need. The thicker the sheet takes longer to etch, and this will reflect the cost of the components. What about stripping process? This process actually is to remove the dry film that resists leaving the copper on the board. Traces, pads, and other design features are exposed. By doing this stripping process, it will make sure that the board is clean.
Okay, so for this lab, I've done question 6. Safety science plays an important role in ensuring that facilities are compliant and staffs are well informed. Workers must be well aware of different types of risks in the workplace, the level of risk they pose, and the safeguard they should take. Safety signs also include notice and safety instruction signs, which keep their employees informed. This type of signage will notify workers where first aid kits are kept, where emergency eye wash stations are located, and other pertinent information. Safety signs are essential for workplace safety, but personnel must be trained on the meanings of signs and symbols of them. Personal protective equipment or PPE is clothing worn to reduce exposure to risks that might result in significant occupational injuries or illness. Personal protective equipment should be developed and constructed in a safe manner, should be kept clean and dependable. It should be comfortable for workers to utilize. It can mean the difference between being safely covered and being dangerously exposed if personal protective equipment does not fit properly. So this is the discussion part. In lab 3, we learned that about PCB process. First step, used to print out the PCB layout designed from Proteus. Next, we have to trim the PCB to appropriate size for layout circuit designed using PCB cutter. Following that, dry film lamination technique is used to cover PCB. Printed circuit in the film is then transferred to the printed board. Board is exposed to UV light and UV exposure equipment and clean tap. Using development machine and sodium carbonate solution, perform the development process, covering the track with film and exposing undesirable area. The etching procedure follows, which creates a copper design that matches the film pattern, and that the dry film resist is stripped away, leaving the copper on board. That's all, thank you.
As a result, this is our 3D visualizations.